And I change clothes like my hoes. I love designer, and I change my flows like who knows. I want the commas, many Hondas.
Anime video games have always been a thing that we've held near and dear to our heart. They seem to be the only games that can hold the same nostalgia as the show itself. Well, any game tied to anything of that matter always tends to come with that nostalgia factor that makes us love it even that much more. Take the Sonic franchise, for example, or even Mario, Pokemon, anything. Whenever there's a TV show or comic book character or superhero tied to it, we enjoy it so much. That being said, one of the greatest Dragon Ball Z games in the history of Dragon Ball Z video games is going to be dropping a sequel. Well, I don't know what the 5th version will be called, but a 5th edition. Technically, this would be Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 4, I believe. 4 or 5. Do not quote me on that because I'm not too sure. But let's talk about what our expectations for this game will be and whether this game will live up to the expectations, because I'm not going to lie, the Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi franchise has some big shoes to fill, and it's been a long time since the last installation. Budokai Tenkaichi came out in 2007. Tenkaichi 3, the last version. So we know that's been 17 years since the last installation. So this version coming out would be the newest installation. However, it's actually not going to be called Budokai Tenkaichi. It's going to be called Sparking Zero. The trailer for this video just aired a day ago at the time of this recording, and I'm not going to lie, it looks pretty exciting. With the Unreal Engine 5 stuff, guys, I think we're in for a very exciting game. However, I'm a little afraid, and I'll tell you why. My fear is that taking away the Budokai Tenkaichi name and naming it Sparking Zero will turn it into a whole new game in and of itself, which is fine. However, a lot of fans are going to be riding on the nostalgia of Budokai Tenkaichi, and they have to deliver on that. If they're going to make it a Sparking Zero, then they might as well make it Sparking Zero. Matter of fact, when they say Sparking Zero, I feel Raging Blast in the back of my head when I hear that name, because it just sounds a lot different than Budokai Tenkaichi. They could have named it like Budokai Unleashed or Budokai Unlimited, something to still show us that they're aligning with the Budokai Tenkaichi franchise. But Sparking Zero doesn't really give me that feeling. Another interesting thing to point out is that the gameplay, or at least the graphics, reminds me a lot of Kakarot, which makes sense because Kakarot obviously was one of the more recent versions of Dragon Ball Z video games using the Unreal Engine 5 of PS5, so I can see that being a thing. However, man, I'm still excited. Budokai Tenkaichi was one of my favorite games growing up on the PS2, and I think it's going to be a really good game. What do you guys think? How do you guys think they're going to do, and what do you think they need to implement in order to make this game really good? Let me know in the comments. For me, all I know is that there needs to be interactive game modes, a lot of characters, and lots of DLCs. I don't know, everyone hated the Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and Xenoverse, the whole franchise, they just didn't really enjoy it. However, I didn't necessarily hate it. I love how they updated the game a lot, and it gave a lot of, DLCs and different characters. Like literally, I think every character is playable. Like they made, even with the Dragon Ball Super Ball Heroes, it makes it like there's a lot of characters that you can use, and that's very useful as far as keeping a game steady and drawing in new players over time. I think the Xenoverse franchise has been long-standing for at least 10 years. I'm sorry. But let's talk about this trailer. They always got to go with the iconic battle, Vegeta versus Goku. That's one of the most iconic battles. And then we saw Frieza, a little bit of Frieza gameplay, as well as, some Super Saiyan Blue in there as well. And of course, they got to throw Broly in there because he's just a fan favorite. But the gameplay looks super smooth. Like, it looks super smooth. I don't know if it's going to feel and play like Dragon Ball Tenkaichi, but I hope it does, because that's really good. And the transformations, I hope they get the character listings really correct, because Tenkaichi had one of the highest level of characters, number of characters ever. So they have to really match up to that. I'm expecting at least 200 plus characters, and a lot of things, a lot of DLCs. It's PS5, so they gotta have fun, and they gotta be creative, and they gotta be innovative. But however, that being said, there's not much to expect because it's been 17 years, so we really don't know. Like, things have changed so much in the world of gaming alone in all that time. I wonder what made them take this long break. I saw an interesting post on Reddit that actually said that a lot of reasons and a lot of rumors on why they have taken so long to create a new game, a lot like the franchise. So Raging Blast, and I did actually like Raging Blast, and Raging Blast 2 was meant to be the successor to Budokai Tenkaichi. However, it just didn't sell the same. You got to know there's a lot of reasons for that, guys. One, the narrative and the audience is always changing, ever-changing audience. The audience gets older, so now they're catering to a different audience, a new audience that might not like Dragon Ball as much. There's things like that. And then, so apparently, some say that they might have lost the source code, which is actually, it happens a lot in gaming. They lose a source code, and once you lose source code for a material, you can no longer create the game. It's very hard to do. You can emulate the game, but it's just not going to be the same. So the best thing they can do is maybe reverse engineer the game, but that's just time consuming. It might cost a huge budget. You know, it takes billions of dollars to create these games. So I don't know, but that being said, we're getting a new game nonetheless, and I'm excited for it. Are you guys excited? Because it's definitely going to be lit regardless. You know, a new Dragon Ball Z game, I'm going to be on that thing for sure. Definitely, if you want to play me online, hit that comment section and we can run. You know what I'm saying? Whenever it comes out. 2024 is going to be a lit season for games. But all I'm stuck with right now is that Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, Boruto X Naruto Generation. This is the worst game ever. It's a mouthful. But it's alright. It's holding me over for now. But this is a video, guys. Not too long. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, and stay tuned for some more anime content coming out soon. But remember to, as always, find your Zen, your final form. Catch you in the next video, guys.
And I change clothes like my hoes. I love designer, and I change my flows like who knows. I want the commas, Benny Hannes.